Subscribe.
We'll highlight all that. Don't you worry.
I'm just saying,
course,
you gotta remind people.
Subscribe right now.
Subscribe.
Of course.
Philadelphia, baby, you're gonna love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
Stagecoach was obviously so amazing. And first of all, I need the Post Malone EP of him just covering George Strait songs for like an hour. I need that like shoved into my veins and like circulating on IV for the next like 17 years of my life. But in addition to that, and this is where I love the intersection of sports and pop culture all coming together. I want to get a quick video here to start the show via X from @Brody A. Miller. So we're gonna give him some credit here, my boy.
I can't believe
for this little beautiful video of Rory McIlroy singing "Don't Stop Believing." I will spare you the rest of that because his voice is absolutely horrible. But that's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And Shane Lowry is just beside himself.
I also have some breaking news.
Oh no!
NBC Sports, plagued by a flurry of personnel changes and budget cuts, is struggling to prepare for the U.S. Open with no sign of a lead analyst being named, according to Golf Digest.
I'll take it. The U.S. Open brought to you by CBS Sports, NBC Sports, and Get in the Hole. And Get in the Hole. Listen, I can just hear Jim Nantz go like, he joined by me, Smiley Kaufman, Dottie Pepper, and Stephen McAvoy. Imagine that. Like, what a world.
I mean, if Jake Marsh can call, which I love Jake Marsh, he's phenomenal on a play-by-play. If Jake Marsh is calling golf events, why not?
Look, I mean, there's absolutely like no shot that will happen. But what I would do for the opportunity would just be absolutely incredible, and I would buy into every second of it. But yeah, so Rory McIlroy singing is I've learned two things about Rory. I've learned that there's actually a fun side to Rory McIlroy. I've also learned that Shane Lowry is completely embarrassed by him. I don't know if you know about the partnership between Shane and Rory, but this is their team debut, and they obviously won the event. We'll talk more about that in a bit. But the idea for them to pair up together was actually dawned on by them playing in the Ryder Cup in Rome, and drunkenly at the victory party, Rory goes, "I never played in the Zurich Classic," and it was like, "Want to team up? We're both from Ireland, technically." He goes, "Yeah, why not?" So there you go. The drunken love just continues, and I'm pretty sure Rory downed like 5 Michelobes in the post-game press conference / whatever the fuck that was. I don't know what happened that they had a full-ass band and were able to do all that, but just props to them. That was some absolutely great stuff. Hello, friends, and welcome in again to the Hole. Steve McAvoy and Kyle Bennett here with you today, following a terrific week of the Zurich Classic. Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry conquered the field in a tournament debut. It's nice to see a winner that isn't named Scotty Scheffler one of these days. Plus, plenty of news surrounding the, I don't know what you call it at this point, the CJ Cup or the Byron Nelson. There was 2 events, now it's 1 event. Who knows? And I'll detail one of the hardest fought golf rounds of my entire life. But before I get into all of that, we're coming to you live from the Underground, part of the Underground Sports Philadelphia Podcast Network on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you can get a hold of us, bringing you all the news, analysis, and betting tips from across the golfing world, including the PGA, LPGA, Korn Ferry, and LIV Golf Tours, proudly presented by some of the best sponsors in the biz, including our guys at Tomahawk Shades, the best small batch eyewear company in the biz. Sponsored by those like Chris Hogan, Kyle Harrison, and golf's favorite, Paige Spiranek. Tomahawk Shades is guaranteed to make you looking fresh and great from the first tee to the 18th green and beyond. Head to TomahawkShades.com or download the Tomahawk Shades app on the App Store or Google Play Store and browse their selection of sunglasses, blue light plus glasses, and the prescription lenses. Be sure to use their code USP for 25% off your next order. Again, 25% off with code USP at TomahawkShades.com or on the Tomahawk Shades app. A magical Monday here in the Underground. Once again, I'm your host, Stephen McAvoy. Joining me is Kyle Bennett, our world famous, allegedly, and magical, and I can't find the words to describe it. I mean, great bearded, I guess. Our favorite
I'll take
CEO.
that any day of the week.
Our favorite CEO who has a better beard than Jason Kelsey. You can follow him on Instagram and Twitter.
Let's not push it.
Look, you know what? It's borderline, but you are part of one of the four. What's it called? The four beardmen?
The four bearded horsemen of Philadelphia.
There you go.
Myself, Jason Kelsey, Brandon Marsh, and who else did I put in there?
Oh no, are we losing the Mount Rushmore at this point already?
One might be gone because I think the other one was Ryan Ellis, and nobody has seen or heard from Ryan Ellis in about 2 years.
I'm pretty sure he's just like been dead, and no one's talked about it yet. But regardless, you can follow KB at Instagram and Twitter. Drop those handles for the folks at home.
Twitter, it's KBIZZL311, and Instagram Threads, it's KBIZZLE11. And if you feel so inclined, you can subscribe to my personal YouTube channel where I am like just giving you behind the scenes looks at what I'm doing on a daily basis, just my random thoughts that pop in my head, and hopefully very, very soon kind of giving you a similar style to what John Boy is doing with the morning meeting, building John Boy Media. I want to kind of get that going on my own personal channel and building Underground Sports Philadelphia and give you a peek behind the curtain. It's youtube.com/@undergroundkb.
Very fun. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Real Steve McAvoy, because of course there is no fake Steve McAvoy, but hopefully one day there will be a reason to have a fake Steve McAvoy. We start the show off with a Zurich Classic recap where Scotty Scheffler did not win the event, mostly because he didn't play in the event. I know, right? Just like, oh, gosh, darn it. Stories about Scotty Scheffler can't happen. It's actually very surprisingly like slow news week, despite everything going on. But like I said, Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry claimed the Zurich in their team debut, all fostered from a drunken night in Rome. I feel like there's been a lot of those for a lot of people, and I think this happened to be Rory and Shane's loving moment. Haven't had one yet. Hopefully we'll pretty soon. But in our team debut, playing the Zurich Classic, a lot of small, lesser-known names were all over the field. We unfortunately did not do very good in our beer money picks for the week. However, KB did pick them for a top 10. So cash in some money at the very least. I think 3 of my 5 picks were one position off.
What the hell happened to Colin Morikawa, by the way?
Colin Morikawa did what Colin Morikawa does, and he just blows it late. And it also doesn't help that Kurt Kitayama didn't help him out at all.
That's tough.
The zhuzh wasn't there. The pizzazz, I don't know what it was.
Shout out Bert Kreischer.
Did you see Joel Damon? So you know Joel Damon and Keith Mitchell were partners. Keith Mitchell's obviously the visor guy, the resident visor dude on the PGA Tour. Joel Damon cut a hole in his bucket hat and wore the open bucket hat.
That's horrific.
I'm gonna try and find a photo here, and I can display it. But it was certainly a gutsy pick, to say the very least. Let me see if I can find this hat somewhere.
I saw you tweeted about it.
Yeah, it was to describe it as like some people say a mullet is like business in the front, party in the back. Actually, here's a perfect image of it that I will share with us right now. Nope, not that. Hello. So here's our gimmick. You can see obviously the open hair wasn't even like cut well, but Keith Mitchell's just doing his thing. Keith Mitchell from the recent GQ shoot, looking handsome as always.
Shout out PXG, no free shoutouts.
Facts to that. Actually, here, hold on. Here's another image that's actually as good. They called it the bucket hat.
That's so bad.
Some people team up because they're both from Canada or they're both from Ireland. No, Joel Damon just said, "Fuck it, I want to wear a bucket."
He said, "Vuck it."
Vuck it with the fuck it.
So bad.
Fuck it on the vuck it.
That is negative stees through the roof.
You know who does have stees though? The new Tampa Bay Rays City Connect logo.
Yes. Skate Casimir, the little Ray with the skateboard.
What's his name?
I'm calling him Skate Casimir.
New York Met legend Scott Casimir turned Stingray.
I love their City Connects. I need one.
Little do you realize that guy, Jesus Christ, that Stingray is the one who killed Steve Irwin.
Hey, his swag's too hard.
It's very drippy. Although they could have done someone better than Randy Rosarena to announce it.
My only issue with their jersey is I wish the numbers weren't the same color as the jersey.
Yes, I mean some pull it off. I'll show you an example later, but some pull it off. I think they should have kept it. They should have done a purple with neon accent.
Yeah, or
that would have went hard.
Green or something to bounce off of that like slate marbly color. But I think they did a great job.
My only thing is, and like for example, I've been a really big fan of the USA Baseball away uniforms because they've always done a really good job at. Like I hate this this traditional like light gray imaging. I highly prefer the look like this where it's a little bit more. Hold on, what just happened? Oh no, man. I like this where it's like a darker gray, and they have something similar to it. I think this works a lot with the matching pants. Although I don't know if I like the Rays matching the top and the pants. I think it works, but the socks have to be a different color, all like completely to make it look a little better.
The three teams that have rolled out City Connect so far, being the Phillies, the Mets, and the Rays, have three of the best City Connect jerseys.
I agree
that they have rolled out, including the Nationals Cherry Blossom, and it's a travesty that they're retiring that. But those are the four best City Connect jerseys.
The only thing that the Mets missed on, which like Philly obviously did a good job, but they should have made instead of NYC, they should have put it as Queens.
Yeah, I saw your tweet about that.
And I understand why they did it as NYC because probably the Yankees won't do one because they're bitches.
No, and they will. Every team will end up with a City Connect jersey. The Yankees will have one this year.
There's got to be something about the Yankees not wanting to do it because they're traditionalists. I thought they're gonna hold out. They're gonna hold out as long as they fucking can. But like, I don't want to be associated to New York City because really, it's Queens. It's what the Mets are as an identity. It's what I am as someone who lives in Queens now. I don't associate as a New Yorker outright. I associate as a Queens guy. I'm not a Manhattanite, not a Brooklynite, not a guy who lives in the Bronx. Like that's what I am. And you and I both know that when the Yankees come out with theirs, it's probably going to be a Bronx related thing. It won't be a New York City thing. So, and really, if we're being honest, the Yankees are New York's team because they've been here forever. So that's the way I kind of view. Now I think the Phillies one is sick.
I love it, and especially like seeing it up close, it's gorgeous.
Do the pants match the shirts?
They do. So in pictures, the pants look black. They are actually navy blue. Fine. And it ombres up or down, however you're looking at it, from the light blue to navy blue or navy blue to light blue.
Probably would have preferred just white pants.
I kind of like the dark pants for that jersey. I don't know why, but seeing them, it looks cool.
I think it depends like on what the style is overall. Because again, it's hard to like gradient affect those kind of things and make them look good. Like it's one thing when the Pirates wore like black bottoms or like all black, or they had the black bottoms and the yellow tops. Like that just works because it's two very different alternating colors. I feel like it's tough when like you're trying to like that would literally be like the Marlins also having red pants. That just wouldn't look good. So
I also really like the Marlins City Connects.
Those are very clean. Actually, I was just talking about it with some friends. A friend of mine is a Florida Panthers fan. He's at Game 5 right now, or Game 6, for the Panthers and the Lightning, and he's wearing the old school Panthers like jerseys that have the big Panther logo like going like that. And I'm like, I need this jersey like back in stock ASAP for the Panthers. And he's like, honestly, every Miami team with every Miami team, with the exception of the Heat, have completely fucked up their logo. Like the old Florida Marlins logos were amazing. The old Dolphins logos pre this like weird looking dolphin, those were also amazing. And then the Panthers, I mean, they're a new franchise, so like it's whatever. But the '90s look was a lot better than what they have right now. But we're digressing a lot from the.
It's
from
a
the World Cup.
Seinfeld show, like you said.
The show, but nothing. And
I
everything
love
else
that quote tweet. That was great.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Actually, it's funny because the story of the week doesn't even come from the PGA Tour. It actually comes from LIV Golf. Cam Smith did a shoe beer.
Yeah, Shoey. Shout out to my boy Jay Arnold.
Have you ever done a shoey?
Well, being that I don't drink Steve-O, I never have.
True.
I mean, it doesn't mean I can't technically do one with a different substance, but I feel like the whole operation is meant for alcohol. Would you do one? Fuck no. That is foul.
Those are disgusting.
My boy Jay Arnold. Shout out to him. He does a lot of stuff with the Apollo Houston network, covering a whole plethora of things. Played football at Texas A&M. He's a big shoey guy.
No,
but I could never. I would gag on sight.
Two things in my life that I'll never do is a shoey and a butt chug. Never.
Nope. I'm right there with you.
And the latter is just gross. So Cam Smith did a shoe beer after his team Ripper, which also is just a bad team name in my opinion, won at LIV Adelaide, which is very appropriate for the Australians to win in Australia. But actually, the biggest thing is that this event for LIV Golf marked the highest attendance at a LIV Golf event at 94,000 fans. Now, to give you like a frame of reference, PGA Tour event attendance, I'm trying to pull up roughly where we're at. This comes from last year. I don't have a lot of like feedback on it, but the U.S. Open had 22,000 fans per day, and they counted over a 4-day span. So 22,000 fans, 4 days, 88,000. This is a 3-day event, and they had 96,000. A question to you is, does this show a growth of LIV Golf, or is this just the idea of fandom in Australia of golf is just so big?
I think a combination of both. You know, to have the Australian guys down there, I think plays. And, you know, I feel like the PGA Tour doesn't traditionally go down to Australia that much. I could be wrong there.
It never does.
So, I mean, there's an opportunity for Australian fans to go and see professional golf for the first time in who knows how long. I don't know if LIV went there last year or not, but
they did, yeah.
I mean, I think that's a huge marquee, you know, giant demographic that you can hit by going there. And Australia is a huge continent, country, island, all in one.
Yeah.
So I think like you get that, and it's like your one time a year to go and see pro golf, and it's advertised as golf but louder, and it's a party type vibe. And I feel like Australia is very big on like just like good vibes and like that type of energy. So I think it's a perfect mix.
I don't know whether I think it's a mix of both. I know that obviously that the PGA Tour doesn't roll around ever to Australia. That at the very most, the PGA Tour will go to Hawaii, which is still in the States, but then also go to Bermuda, Mexico, and where do they play? They played Mayakoba, I think Aruba. So like they don't travel very far out, and then they have one event in Canada. The DP World Tour I know goes to Australia. I know the LPGA Tour goes to Australia. The PGA Tour has done a poor job, in my opinion, and I think it's largely because like the Epson Tour doesn't travel as much, but the LPGA Tour is really an international league. The PGA Tour doesn't travel all over the world; they stick to North America, and I think it's because the DP World Tour, as big as it is and as talented as it is, claims the rest of Europe and the rest for that matter. I actually just found out that the PGA Tour stopped releasing official attendance numbers a few years ago. But the Waste Management in 2023 estimated about 650,000 attendees over 4 days. That's probably a very different story.
Yeah.
When it comes to other events, it said last year's U.S. Open averaged 22,000 a day. They're looking at,
That's
say
comparable.
roughly comparable because it's a major.
Mm-hmm.
The waste management, because it's kind of just like a free for all. Like the Masters limits you to 10,000 tickets a day. That's just that's what their rule is. A lot of these private clubs probably do the same. They don't want a insane number of attendance. I would say probably 100 to 200, probably 200,000 fans. I think is a fair number over a 4-day span. 150 to 200K for an event. But I do think a lot of this does also fall on the fact that golf in Australia has gotten so big, and the golfer base that are on the PGA Tour and the DP World Tour are now so talented and significant. It used to be Mark Leishman for a long time was the big Aussie with Adam Scott. Adam Scott's obviously still sticking around, but over the past, let's say 10 years, Jason Day, Cameron Davis, Ryan Fox has gotten really good. Cameron Smith was great for all these years. The base of Australian golfers have gotten just that much better over the years and years and years. For a long time, it was just Greg Norman until the 90s when Adam Scott rolled around. So when you look at it that way, fandom obviously does grow.
I think that plays a part too with Greg, even though he's not really in the limelight anymore. Like,
yeah,
I feel like Greg Norman is still obviously associated with LIV Golf, so that I think also plays a part.
Yeah,
with it doing so well,
he moves the needle.
Yeah.
But again, like in the past, when you look at those guys who have been on the PGA Tour for a long time, you have to go back to the 80s and the 90s. Stuart Appleby was one of those guys. I'm trying to rattle off players who I know. Jeff Ogilvy, was Wade Ormsby. There's a list. But again, it's been relatively spread out over time. It hasn't really been until this point that you've seen so many players from Australia and really talented players too, topping leaderboards. So I do think that sort of plays into it. The thing that's going to put LIV over the top in terms of attendance as we go to the final stretch of the year, the last 4 months, is going to end up being television attendance, and we don't know those numbers off the top of our hands. But it will never compare to the PGA Tour, even with changing from USA to TBS to TNT to NBC to CBS, ESPN Plus, Peacock, Paramount Plus, whatever it is to get your golf coverage. The number will always be higher than what LIV Golf is able to put out. Before we head to the break, again, slow news day, so we're trying to fill time here. Seinfeld, the show about nothing. Your dream foursome. I had this talk with some friends. Whoa. All right.
Quick 20.
It's so bad. I told Kay that I was going golfing, and she goes, "Oh, who are you golfing with?" And I said, "Oh, the foursome is." And she goes, "Ew, what?" Like, okay, you go out with a foursome. It's 4 guys in a group. You got 2 with a duo. You got 3 with a threesome. She goes, "Why do they say that?" And I'm like, "That's just how it is."
Hey, you don't say that.
I can't explain to you why they say it. They just say it. So your dream foursome as it relates to golfing. I was having this talk with some friends and trying to figure out what you're included. So you're picking 3 guys to play with you. Who are those 3 guys or gals that you would really want to play it with? And it's I thought of it very similar to the who do you want to bring to dinner, dead or alive kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know how. It took me a while to answer this question.
Mine have to be really, 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 really bad because I'm really, 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 really bad, and I want to feel good about myself throughout the entire time.
Okay. Barkley?
No, he'd kick my ass. Man.
I do know one thing. Neither one of us are going to pick Michael Jordan because he was just trying to take over money.
I mean, my cop out answer is to go the other 3 bearded horsemen of Philadelphia.
That is a bit of a
me, Brandon Marsh, Jason Kelsey, and Ryan Ellis, or the corpse of Ryan Ellis,
wherever Ryan Ellis resides now.
I'm gonna say Bert Kreischer.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm going to say I'm going to go Jersey Jerry. And
So this is like an all-star, like big guys team.
I mean, I'm thick with about 2.5 C's.
And a Q.
And then my final pick. Who do I want to go with my last pick? Just because I want to know how it came to be, I want whoever the person was inside the Pop-Tart Bowl mascot costume. I want to know how they got that job.
So off the bat, my 3 would not be Jordan, Phil, or I don't know if I would ask Tiger to play with me. I might. Also, if you told me right now, this very moment, that your 3 would be Tom Segura, Burt Kreischer, and Shane Gillis, that'd be the funniest fucking trio of all
that
time.
works.
That would be the funniest foursome of all time.
I love Shane.
My ideal foursome, I would want to golf with Tiger Woods is definitely one of them. Just to like learn the lessons and like watch him go through his game. That would be incredible. I want to golf with
swap out Shane Gillis. Swap Shane in for Jersey Jerry. Jerry will be our caddy.
You know what? I like where this is going. Your elite foursomes plus caddies. Burt Kreischer, and then on the bag, Tom Segura. Just pair them up. Or be like
Osos, no free ads would be flowing.
Oh my god, so much fucking beer would be consumed in the foursome. I don't. So it'd be me, Tiger. I would definitely would love to get a round with my grandpa because I never golfed with him when I was actually good at golf. Because like I wasn't really into golf when I was in high school, and he passed away when I was a junior in high school. So would love to get him out there and actually like when I was good, like now, and to actually like have that moment. So Tiger, my grandpa, and probably this is gonna sound really, really random, but and like I know he's a really good golfer, and he probably hooked me up with some dope merch. McIlroy.
You love McAvoy.
Like he's not really. He's an okay musician. He's kind of mid.
He's great live. He's great live.
I have. Did I ever tell you the one of the first concerts that I ever went to?
I think you did.
Sophomore year of high school, the football team was like, "Yo, $20 tickets." One of the guys' like dads was the head of security at Jones Beach, and it was $20 tickets, pit seats, Kesha with opener Macklemore. That was right when he had dropped Thrift Shop. That shit was lit.
I saw Macklemore like right around like 2013. He was at Made in America, wore a John Kruk Phillies jersey that he allegedly got at a thrift shop the morning of. Threw it into the crowd.
I've managed to watch, I think, 4 of the elite artists in our industry before they ever got big.
Same.
Actually, maybe more than that. I saw Macklemore.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the second week that I was in college. I saw Lil Yachty before he released his first album. Sophomore year, I mean, he was already like he was big because the album had released, but it was like 2 months after the album release. I saw Khalid in college my sophomore year. That was like right after American Teen dropped, like 2 months after. And then about 2 years out before I graduated, I think junior year, at Toads in New Haven, I saw SZA.
Before anyone knew who the fuck SZA was.
I saw SZA in a crowd of 350 people at a janky-ass bar in New Haven, Connecticut, because my friend Vinny said, yo, there's this new artist. She dated Drake. Her name's SZA. She's fucking sick. Let's go see her. And I'm like, $25 to see SZA?
I saw SZA when she was on Kendrick Lamar's label.
That's
for
crazy.
TDE. I saw the entire TDE lineup when it was just Absol, Schoolboy Q, J-Rock, SZA, and
That's
Kendrick
sick.
Lamar. I saw J. Cole before he like right. This was before 2014 Forest Hills Drive. I saw Lil Yachty perform with Chance the Rapper in 2016 because he brought him out for mixtape. I saw
good.
Macklemore. I saw Halsey before she blew up. She's fucking awesome. I saw the Struts before they blew up. They're fantastic live.
You sound so old saying that.
They're great live.
You sound like a 70-year-old man.
So Walk the Moon before they blew up.
All right, hold on. What's the weirdest concert you've ever been to?
Ooh, good question. Good question. I've been to so many concerts. Weirdest concert.
Also, I saw Lainey Wilson before she blew up. I saw her open for John Party. That was really cool.
Weirdest concert. That's a great question. Let me look at I have a list in my phone.
Oh, don't worry. So do I.
Let's see. Weirdest concert.
My
first concert was incredible. It was Sting and the Police on their farewell tour with the Fratellis.
You know who my first ever concert was?
Who would that be?
8th grade, Stony Brook University, Wiz Khalifa and Chitty Bang.
Oh, shout out Chitty Bang.
Chitty Bang did a 1-hour opener. He played Peanut Butter and Swelly, Cameras, and an hour-long freestyle.
Philly legends.
He just did an hour-long freestyle and just went ape shit on it. It was all about landmarks around Suffolk County, Long Island.
Fucking
and it was
Chitty
so
Bang.
good. And then Wiz Khalifa came out with a fucking t-shirt cannon full of blunts. I was in the 8th grade. I didn't know what weed was. It was so funny. I have the full list of all my shows broken out by year and by where I went.
Same. I've seen Nikki Heaton twice.
Who have I seen more than once? I've seen Billy Joel 3 times.
I've seen a lot of people more.
I've seen Zach Brown twice. I'm seeing him a 3rd time this summer. And I saw Elton John twice. And Panic at the Disco. But Panic the second time wasn't as good as the first time.
I've seen Panic like 6 or 7 times. All phenomenal.
I saw Panic when it was just Brandon Urie. When he released Death of a Bachelor, which is a great album.
Yep.
And then I saw him on his latest tour, which the album wasn't good, but he played his hits, which is all I'm looking for at this point.
I saw Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.
I'm going to see Two Door Cinema Club.
Ooh, I've heard good things about them.
That's a name, right?
I've seen the Chainsmokers. They were great live.
We're pulling names out. Top 2 weirdest concerts ever. I was on a date with a girl my freshman year of high school, and I got to say this before my fiance walked in the door. I was on a date with a girl my freshman year of high school. I brought her to the Deer Park Outlets, and they had a summer stage series. Mm-hmm. I didn't know they were playing. It was right around Memorial Day weekend. Who's playing? This was like 2 years after like they were supposedly big, and I guess just like dropped off immediately. Hot Shell Ray.
Yeah,
that was like 2 years after Tonight. They had released a second album. It flopped, and they were stuck doing outlet shows. And then I went to the Belmont Stakes with Kay 2 years ago, and they have an act like at 4 o'clock before before the race. It was DJ Pauly D.
Hell yeah.
Those were the weirdest I've been to.
You've seen Pauly D, and I've met Snooki.
My sister got her ears pierced at the Shore store.
I met Snooki at a book signing. She was one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Really?
Genuinely one of the kindest, nicest people. And I was shocked, but not shocked because I didn't know how she would be, but she was so nice. She was great.
Pauly D's definitely a prick. I feel like Mike has gotten nice.
Yeah, prison probably humbled him,
and he's got a wife and kids. I think once they all had kids, they all realized that their lives were trash.
And Vinny's a Chippendale in Vegas.
I love Vinny. Vinny was always the best character in the show.
He's the best.
Run!
I think the most random concert combo though that I've had was they toured together. It was the Boys of Summer tour. It was Wiz Khalifa and Fall Out
ASAP
Boy.
Rocky. Oh yes. And their opener was Hoodie Allen.
Yes.
Hoodie Allen, Long Island legend. Steven Moskowitz. I met him.
That's incredible. I loved Hoodie Allen growing up.
I still listen to Hoodie Allen. I mean, his new stuff sucks. But like, Pep Rally, Leap Year was amazing. Bagels and Beats. I drove to the gym today, rolled down the window, was playing Bagels and Beats, Chasing Waves.
That's unreal.
Fuck, like
we're going to the
Allen,
same. We're seeing the same artist this summer. You and I.
What are we seeing?
We're both seeing Arkells, or not Arkells, AJR.
We are seeing AJR. That's gonna be sick.
Very excited.
My hope is that I'm buying. So I'm getting my tickets. I'm gonna get them soon. My hope is that I happen to land right next to him when they perform in the stands.
I have
I will get a video right there, and I'm gonna ask him, hey, shout out Underground Sports. He goes, yeah. Like, so,
I have floor seats in Philly in July, and I'm very excited.
That's crazy. I know that they're gonna do, because like they have a few day gap between their New York shows and anything else. They're gonna do like random ass shows at like small bars across Manhattan.
They'll pop up and play in Central Park.
Oh, I know. They're probably like they. It's funny. The day after their last show in New York, their second show, so Summer Stage in Central Park has every single day on the calendar someone's performing. That one day, no one's performing. So like they know something's going on. So my ass will be in Central Park that day.
They did a pop up in February when their new album came out, and it was announced that day.
Yeah. Dude, it was a weekend, and I was literally like, I can get on a train. It's 20 minutes. It's another 20 minutes on the subway to get to Madison Square Park. I could do that. I wound up falling sick.
Two of my good friends, AJR is like their band. They've been dating for a while. And
That's cute.
Went, and then like they got their vinyl signed by them. It was like, you guys are our band. Like, well, this song is our song with you. And like they freaked about like that being like a thing for them. And they went on their anniversary, which was super cool.
My fiance is literally in the driveway, and I don't know where. Oh, hold on. Did she? Oh, hold on. She's coming in. Hold on. I'm gonna ask her something because this is gonna be incredibly apropos when I do ask her this. Hey, babe. I have a question for you. What? Oh, she doesn't want to participate. When I ask you, what is the one song that like when we started dating that we like bonded over? What was like the one song? All right, not the answer I was looking for, but close enough. One of the first songs when we were dating that like I was really big into rap in high school, and we started dating sophomore year. And like you wouldn't believe the one song like I taught her the words to, and we really got into. Could you guess the song? It was in 2013.
Can I have the artist?
If I give you the artist, it's gonna be too obvious, but it's a white guy.
So that narrows it to Macklemore,
the white
Eminem, Hoodie Allen, Mac Miller.
He's a big time artist, so it's not Hoodie Allen, but
Mac Miller.
No. You know what? Maybe giving you the artist actually will work. It's an Eminem song. So 2013, think that era, and it was on this album, but it was not one of the big songs on the album. It was like right in the middle. It wasn't a single. Yeah, it did.
2013 Eminem. I don't know why the only thing coming to mind is "Love the Way You Lie" with Rihanna.
That was when I was in like the 7th grade. So it was Marshall Mathers LP2.
I don't know if I ever listened to that.
Oh, that album's got like Monster with Rihanna.
Okay.
All right. What song's on it? Rap God's on that. I'm surprised you're blanking on it. Yeah, no, it really isn't. Survival's on there, Berserk's on there.
Okay,
No-
it's coming
doesn't really
back
have-
to me.
But anyways, Love Game by Eminem and Kendrick Lamar, and if you haven't heard it, you need to go listen to it. That was like the very.
I don't
odd
think
song.
I've listened to that song since it came out.
I haven't listened to it in probably years. And if it
2013, I was bumping Kendrick, like his actual music, J. Cole, ASAP Rocky, Chance the Rapper, while he was still on drugs.
when
Lil
he was
Wayne.
good.
No, well, speaking of Chance the Rapper, before we divert even further, he's got new music coming out, and I gotta say, old Chance might be back.
Is it drugs Chance or like?
It's like he's fucking spitting bars, Chance.
I think the last
And I
song
think it's because him and his wife got divorced.
Amazing, perfect. So if I can get
He's
an
in his
acid rap
bag.
too, or I can get something that isn't like fucking hot water, hot shower. It's the worst fucking song of all time.
That was
Smoking
his Sesame
green
Street era.
cauliflower. What was it?
That was the Sesame Street era of rapping.
Oh, so bad. I also didn't. What? I mean, it's funny, but like it's not good music. I also didn't think Coloring Book was great, with the exception of No Problem, because it was like the anthem of my first semester of college.
I enjoyed Coloring Book.
There were some songs that were good. A lot of it wasn't great. I prefer older Chance.
Chance
And then
Live
them-
is also a religious experience.
I would love to. I don't do drugs,
twice.
but if I was
don't
going to go,
either.
if I was going to go and see an artist and get absolutely obliterated for it, I probably want to go see Chance the Rapper or Fish.
I had floor seats for Chance the Rapper in Baltimore, and I may have been the only white person in the building, and it was the coolest thing ever.
I was the only white guy in the room when I went to go see. What did I see? It was when I was in college. Oh, nope, that's a song. Hold on, I have the list. I was in college. Oh, I'm so dumb. Actually, no. Well, this wasn't in college. I got tickets to the Hip Hop 50 at Yankee Stadium, and I bought my little brother and his two friends, and it was me and 3 18-year-olds. And the Hip Hop 50 was just basically a crowd full of everyone from the Bronx, and we listened to, get this, Lupe Fiasco, Common, Wiz Khalifa, Fat Joe, T.I., Lil Wayne, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Run DMC, Nas, and the entirety of Wu-Tang Clan back for the first time together in like 7 years.
That's
And
insane.
we were the 4 white people there, and we knew every word to every song. And this black woman turns to me and she goes, "Damn, y'all crackers know everything." I listen to this shit.
We also have insane breaking news as I'm scrolling my timeline. Nothing to do. Kind of. He's an avid golfer. Wherever Monday Night Raw is going on right now for the WWE, Patrick Mahomes is there, and just gave Logan Paul his Super Bowl rings to punch the ever-living shit out of some wrestler in the ring with them.
Things that I wasn't prepared to.
That's a mad
hear.
lib. Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl rings, Logan Paul, WWE Raw. Tweeted by Pat McAfee.
This makes sense. It is in Kansas City, Missouri.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. All right, we're gonna take a short break. On the other side, we'll chat the hardest fought golf round of my life, the CJ Cup Byron Nelson preview, and we'll talk a little bit of beer money, and we'll recap the week. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's Steven and KB here from the Underground. We'll be right back.
Get in the Hole is brought to you by PHI Apparel Company, our incredible merch partners. PHI Apparel Co. provides unique designs and high-quality clothing from t-shirts to hoodies for every golfer around. With their original designs for all, there's no doubt you'll stand out on the course, the driving range, or at the 19th hole. Go to phiapparel.co and use code UNDERGROUND at checkout for 10% off any order. That's code underground at phiapparel.co and grab exclusive Get in the Hole podcast merch and support your favorite golfers.
Welcome back in again. The Hole here with Steve-O and KB, brought to you by our friends over at Acorn Hills, bringing you stylish apparel for on and off the course, all using biodegradable packaging and plantable clothing tags. Acorn Hills is changing clothing through conservation. Use code GITH15 for 15% off your next order at acornhillsco.com. And look your best from the ground up. We also actually now have a new code for Underground Sports.
Yeah, that'll get going this week.
USP15. Very fun. So you can use either code. I don't believe you can double up, unfortunately. But either code, GITH15 or USP15 for 15% off your next order at acornhillsco.com. Before we get into the preview of the week, I played Bethpage yesterday with some friends.
Yella.
An easy golf course comparatively to everything else out there, but there was rain on Saturday, and they pushed carts back to 12:30. Now, I've been on a health kick lately. I've been on my diet. I've been trying to go to the gym more often. I've been trying to get in more cardio. I play kickball now after work. I play soccer after work. I do that a lot over the week. But I wanted to get in more and more golf rounds now this year where I'm walking the golf course instead of taking the cart. Plus, also, cart fees are so fucking ridiculous. They want to charge you $20 a person to ride the cart. And then if you have a non-rider, it's like $15. And if you're a single rider, they upcharge you. It's like $32. Why I'm paying half of a round of golf to just get the golf cart is beyond me. When there's literally no maintenance on it, you plug the fucking thing in. Like, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. So we walked the golf course. Bethpage is hilly. Obviously, those who have played or watched anything related to black, you understand that. But all 5 of the courses, whether you're on yellow, green, blue, red, or black, are all incredibly hilly. It was also the first 70-ish degree day of the year where the UV was really high. And I don't think anybody prepared for it. My one friend, Sean, bought SPF 50. By the 16th hole, so basically on yellow, you go down a hill, basically. The best way I can describe it is not like Augusta National, but the front 9, it's hilly, but the back 9, you go all the way down to the bottom of the hill. And basically your final 3 holes are up all the way down and back all the way up 17 and 18 to get back to the clubhouse. My feet were dead by hole 15, and I ended up shooting 90. I've done so good with putting lately. I played Middle Bay out in Oceanside with Johnny. I did not have a single 3-putt. The greens at Bethpage were really challenging. I only had 2 3-putts, which was amazing. Shot a 90 flat. I 3-putted on the 18th, and I made the green in regulation. So I literally had a chance for birdie, and I 3-putted it. Just unfortunate. But it was one of the hardest fought 90s of my entire life. And again, I've been on this quest to break 90. I feel like Nicky Cass. I'm trying to break 90.
You're
trying
Trent.
to go for it every time. I'm like, Trent. Fuck Nicky breaks 90. We're going to do Steve-O breaks 90. Might never happen. I had a 2-week span where I shot 85, 87, 86. And then I haven't been able to replicate it. And I was a worse golfer about them. I don't know what I did that I managed. I think it was just the putter was really hot. But
okay, Scotty.
Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty McAvoy over here.
Buy me a Scotty Cameron first. I made a putter change this year. I've tried really hard. I had the hardest fought 90 of my career. Hopefully, it's just because it's the first time I walked the whole year. I walked 5.5 miles and 17,000 steps. Crazy day. My feet felt like Jello. And today I went to the gym and I hit uppers and my arms felt like Jello. So it's kind of it's evening out the
That's
body.
My sister and my mom were in New York a couple weeks ago for a book signing. And my sister had this grand idea that the two of them were just going to walk everywhere.
Oh, God.
In the course of one of the days, My sister had her and my mom walk from, I think, 90th Street to 8th Street.
Oh, God.
It was like 23,000 steps that they walked.
Yeah, no, that pass on that.
I was
Also,
like, that's insane.
Also, the UV was so high. I'm not sure if you could like see it well, like on camera here, but the tan line, like you might not be able to see it here. Actually, this is probably a better angle. You could see the line like right here, just cut off.
It's on his Tickle Me Elmo grind.
Oh, it was so bad.
Rocco!
Or here, like
that farmer's tan is clean.
Yeah. Ears are a little burned, back of the neck's a little burned, but we're doing fine. It's gonna turn tan soon. Hopefully it's going to be really nice over the weekend, and I'll tan. I'll go to the beach, and I'll hopefully just be able to get it all evened out. So this week, the PGA Tour turns from team golf, which, by the way, I didn't say this in the first half, and I want to say it now. I said at the beginning of the year that Rory McIlroy would win the most underwhelming golfer of the year award, according to Get in the Hole. I still stand by that, and despite the fact that he won this week, I'm calling it a Mickey Mouse win because it's a team event. I don't want to hear this shit about, oh, but he has a win this year. No, you won with the help of somebody else. Golf is an individualized sport. It's one thing if you win as a team event, but you're all playing as singles, like in LIV. This was literally you're playing a scramble. I don't want to hear it. It's not a win in my book. You still suck. So the CJ Cup meets the Byron Nelson. For those of you who will follow along with the show and follow along with golf for the last 3 years, the CJ Cup and the AT&T Byron Nelson were two totally separate events. They have now merged into one. They take on the CJ Cup name, and they move to TPC Craig Ranch, which was the home of the Byron Nelson. And so we're meeting a little bit of a meeting of the minds here, but we take on the moniker of the CJ Cup after a strong week at the Zurich. Next week, signature event at the Wells Fargo. So the field this week is not as strong as what you typically see in the quest for a $9 million purse, but nonetheless, we still have a pretty good field this week. With that, I want to get into a fun segment that we haven't done in a long time. Whomst is hot and whomst is not. KB, I put that down a list of guys here, and we can kind of just rattle them off. But I think it's funny. No one is particularly hot, and we haven't talked about it much in this show. But with the exception, at least of players in the field this week, with the exception of Scottie Scheffler, and we said this a little bit in the preview of the Masters, but even last year when John Rahm won the Masters, not a lot of guys were like on fire in their golf game. Consistently top 10s all across the board. Like Max Homa was a top 20 machine, but John Rahm was just better than everybody else. This year's kind of the same. No one has been lights out who isn't named Scottie Scheffler. There have been guys who are really good in the first half, but bad in the second half. Guys who have been good in the second half, bad in the first half. But no one has been consistently top 10, at least who's in the field this week going into the week. But with that being said, no one's hot, but there are guys who are warm. With that, I want to start off with who's warm. Thomas Dietrich, a T2 in Houston, plus 2 top 30s at the Valspar and the RBC Heritage. We have some lukewarm guys. We have the defending champion, Jason Day. He hasn't placed top 10 since Riviera, but he does have 1 top 20 in the last 5 events. He's finished 36th, 35th, missed the cut, 30th, and 18th. So he's been on relative terms pretty decent.
Checks out.
Good water. Steven Yeager, aside from being the only person to stave off Scottie Scheffler over the past 6 weeks, by the way, we need to give that man more credit. In his last 5 weeks, he's missed the cut at the Cognizant, finished 44th at Bay Hill, missed the cut at the Players, won at the Houston Open, missed the cut at the Masters, tied for 18th at the RBC Heritage. Probably means that he's going to miss the cut this week as we kind of follow the trend line. Keith Mitchell, 5 top 20s in his last 7 starts at the Cognizant, Valero, Valspar, Waste Management, and Mexico. Only missed cut came with the Houston Open, has not played in any signature events this year. A couple guys who are ice cold this week going in. Minwoo Lee, 1 top 25 in his last 2 months. Only 3 top 25s all year with a T2 at the Cognizant. And the odds-on favorite this week, Jordan Spieth, 3 missed cuts and a DQ in his last 6 starts. 1 top 25 over that stretch which came at the Valero. We know how much Jordan Spieth loves to play down in Texas. But otherwise, those are who's hot and who's is not going into the CJ Cup Byron Nelson. And with that, we conclude the show here with some beer money presented by the great people over at Kenwood Beer. Only 120 calories and 8 grams of carbs. Some call it the best light beer they've ever had. We just say you can't beat the original. He's smooth, he's clean, he's bright, with a taste to boot. Kenny's the routine choice of folks who want a balanced, flavorful, no-frills beer that's right for any occasion. Head to kenwoodbeer.com and use the Kenny tracker to find where you can get your hands on those beautiful glasses, beer golf, t-shirts, merchandise, and of course, ice-cold Kenny's to pour in those glasses from your favorite liquor stores in the Pennsylvania, New Jersey, or Maryland areas, as well as the Wells Fargo Center. Probably not for the Sixers. Probably going to end up losing that one tomorrow.
Concerts, though, you can watch that. But no Philly sports, except for the Wings. And beyond, unless you're 21 years or older to do so. And of course, please drink responsibly. And for those of you gambling with us, please gamble responsibly. We are not giving you advice, even though our picks are usually correct. Top 20 finish at the CJ Cup Byron Nelson this week. We didn't do very good last week, but hey, you did better than me. So top 20, I am going to go with Tom Kim plus 160.
So I love these events because for those of you who have been following the show for a while, the beauty of playing these smaller events down in Texas is not only that you can get to watch lesser known players at times, but also on top of that, we get some really crazy names on the odds board. And in this instance, in this exercise that we're working in, I get to pick a lot of guys who I don't usually pick for these events. And with that, my top 20 pick for the CJ Cup this week is going to go to none other, and we're getting wild with some of these numbies on the board. Let me find him on here. He's definitely way down on the board. Is he not playing this week? No way. Hold on. Pause.
What are you looking for?
Charlie Hoffman? Is the Hoffman not playing this week? He loves playing in Texas. I could have swore I saw him on the odds board this morning. What happened?
Let's see if I search his name.
I tried to. I don't know what happened.
He is.
Oh,
playing.
he's out. Charlie Hoffman announced out. Here, actually, you know what? We have some breaking news. We have some great breaking news. PGA Tour comms just came out with the ins and outs this week of the CJ Cup. Ryan Palmer is in this week. Richie Rowinski is out. James Hahn is in on a sponsor exemption. Patrick Rogers is out, and therefore Sean O'Hare is in. And then apparently Richie Rowinski was out, and now he's back in. So our ins this week are Palmer, Hahn, and O'Hare, as well as Rowinski. Out is Rogers and Hoffman, which means that I need to find myself a new top 20 pick. Damn it. Shit, I thought I was really getting lucky here. Bo Hostler plus 260. Top 10.
I'm gonna go Will Zalatoris at plus 260.
Really? He's plus 260 for a top 10?
Plus 260 for a top 10. He's plus 500 for a top 5 and plus 2200 to win it all.
Interesting. Hold on. So what is he for top 20? He's plus 125.
Yeah.
I dig it. Top 10 for myself. I'm gonna ride with KH Lee plus 500. Crazy pick 'em. Top 5.
Top 5. I'm gonna go with give me I'm torn. I'm gonna go pretty crazy here. Just a gut feeling. I'm going to go Mackenzie Hughes plus 900.
That's actually exactly who I wanted to take, and I was debating it. He's an incredible pick this week. I'm going to go with Ben On, someone who has been inconsistent, but has actually played really good golf despite having a rough patch here and there. He's the guy who, if you recall, was suspended for taking an over-the-counter drug in Korea, in his home Korea, that was apparently illegal on PGA Tour, so he was suspended for the whole fall series. So I'm going to take Ben On for top 5. Your gimme pick this week.
My gimme pick. Sorry, I got distracted. Alec Boehm just had a 2 RBI single, and he just continues to be so hot right now. And I love being right about players. My gimme pick is going to be Jordan Spieth top 20 plus 100.
I'm joining you. Spieth top 20. There's no way in hell that he doesn't place top 20. Not even because of the field, but because he just loves playing in Texas, and he only plays well in Texas, just like kind of how it is. And to get him a plus money is an absolute travesty. That's like, he should be like -5. Your winner this week at the CJ Cup.
My winner is Jordan Spieth at plus 1,600.
He's doubling down.
Yeah.
Could you parlay that?
Let me check.
Probably not.
Probably not, because it's the same guy in the same event, but why not? Let's see.
Honestly, you should be able to. You should be allowed to, because realistically, like, your odds are way better to place top 20 than to win at all.
So I've been on a nice little streak here, betting on the Phillies. Should I just put a $10 bet plus 1,600 on Jordan Spieth to win $170?
Yeah, why not?
All right, I'm in.
How about it? 2 straight weeks of Irish guys winning. Seamus Power to win the CJ Cup. That's your play. Shout out to Beer Money. So you have Johto. I got Seamus Power. 2 completely opposite people. I'm going to manifest this because I'm convinced he's going to win. In his 3 tries at Craig Ranch, Seamus Power has never recorded a finish outside of the top 20. Finished T9 in 2019. He's ranked 4th in strokes gained total at this golf course. And his last 2 wins have came with the Barbasol and the Bermuda Championship in 2021 and 2022, respectively, with weak fields. He thrives on easy tracks. This is a wide open field. It's a wide open golf course. The only thing that's going to happen, because every year this happens, it's going to rain probably. So if it does rain, soft conditions may actually help him, or it might just ruin the whole field. But regardless, I love the odds here to get Seamus Power at plus 5,500 to win the event this week. All right, Benny boy, KB, jeez. By the way, I want to give a shout out to Ben. I haven't received any news yet on this, but the reason why he's out today is because he was busy Monday qualifying for the U.S. Open at Pinehurst. We really hope he played well enough. I actually let's find. Let's see if we can find this out. U.S. Open qualifying, New York. I can definitely try and find this. Cold Spring Country Club. Yep. All right, I found it. Look at that. Let's see if we can find the info and see how Ben did. Pairing info. Pairings and start times. Yep, thank you. Wow, it's like tastes like 80,000 different fucking things. Let's see what the results were. Fuck. Ben shot a 3 over 74 to not make it. The make it scores were the cut line was 2 under. So 5 strokes off. Honestly, though, a challenging golf course at Cold Spring didn't necessarily fit his game all much. I don't think. I think, as he had told me, but we'll be at it next time. I know Ben is starting his comeback now from injury, and he's been really, really, really into everything. He's been getting really into the game and getting back to his roots. I really hope that everything works out this year. As we look forward to rooting Ben on in Q School come September.
Hell yeah. And I am working on getting hopefully for next week, just because today was hectic because I was broadcasting a game. But my neighbor down the road works at a golf course, big golf guy, trying to get him in the mix with you guys. So hopefully next week I can get that rocking and rolling and have somebody join your squad.
By the way, like Ben finished top 20. Like, that's pretty fucking good for a
tired
qualifier.
Finish +3, wired, finish top 20.
Takeaways. Actually, my friend Austin played. He shot Austin Hill from
friend of the program.
Yeah, friend of the program. He shot 12 over. That's crazy. Wow. I know. So a lot of WDs on here. That's crazy. Oh,
what we can say is one of our hosts has finished top 20 at a U.S. Open qualifier.
He did better than Charlie Woods.
Hey-o!
That should be his new Instagram bio. I finished better in local qualifying than Charlie Woods. Oh, that's so freaking funny. All right, that's been episode 152 of the Get Null Podcast. KB, I'll give you the outro as our fearless CEO.
To piggyback on what we did last week. Last week was the Mew episode. This is now the Chikorita episode. The Get in the Hole podcast is now in the Johto region of the Pokédex.
By the way, I just started Emerald. I beat Fire Red.
Hell yeah.
Opinions on my starting team. We've got, and I'll start at lowest evolution level because it's kind of only where I'm at right now. I've got a Mudkip that I'm going to quickly upgrade up to Swampert. I got a Lotad right now.
I like it.
I'm rolling with Zubat.
I have a Zubat on my squad right now. I need to get that Crobat.
I got a Ralts.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
And, oh, dude, it's going to be curtains once he learns Thunderbolt. It's going to be absolute curtains.
Gardevoir's a menace.
And then I have a Nincada, which I'm going to eventually make a Shedinja.
I like that.
And the only reason why is because he's a mean Pokemon.
Yeah, and he's only got 2
1
weaknesses
HP.
in
1 HP.
Gen 3.
So funny.
That's fun.
Part of me wanted to actually make a whole team of just Shedinjas. Meme my way through. I would never survive the fire gyms.
That is one of the more fun gimmicky Pokemon. Is when you evolve, you technically get 2 Pokemon for the price of 1.
Well, it's funny because and I didn't know. So my friend Mike is a big Pokemon nerd, and I didn't understand the evolution. I thought it was just natural. He goes, no. You need to have 5 Pokemon for it to evolve, and you get the 1 Pokemon, but then you also get the Shedinja because it evolves from the ashes of Nincada,
like the carcass.
That's fucking crazy.
It's so cool.
It's just nuts. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you guys are in your Johto era. Shout out to Taylor Swift.
What's the starting Pokemon in Johto?
Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile.
Who do I usually go with? Oh, Cyndaquil.
Because then your final evolutions are Meganium, Typhlosion, and Feraligatr.
Yeah. I remember playing Pokemon Coliseum. And
game was so ahead of its time. My arguably best Pokemon game ever.
My Espeon would just fuck everybody up.
Oh, I
Psychic.
Coliseum.
Straight up Psychic. That's
elite. The double battles.
Who's the one guy from the game that we thought was
Mirror B with these Ludicolo, which is what Lotad evolves into.
With the giant afro and the gold suit.
Oh.
Who do we compare him to?
It was the name of Patty Pitts' wrestling friend.
Oh my God, do the outro, please.
Subscribe to the Get in the Hole podcast, especially on Apple and Spotify if you're listening on audio, because we get the direct analytics for those outlets. It helps us continue to grow and helps us kind of gauge listenership and continued growth for the audio platform. Subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. That's where you get full video episodes of this show every week, full video episodes of every show on our network, clips, shorts, live streams. I believe this coming weekend we will have a live stream for the Miami GP for F1. So that'll be going down. Plus on Tuesday of next week, we will have the third annual Outside the Box podcast PLL College Draft Extravaganza live stream watch along going on, which is going to be a doozy of a time. So a lot of live streams upcoming. Subscribe to the YouTube. We're 19 subscribers away now from 800, which then means we're 200 away from 1,000, and we can fully monetize the channel and do a lot more stuff with and for you guys. So keep on subscribing, smash that like button, ring the bell icon so you don't miss out on any future episodes, and leave a comment down below on your thoughts on everything that we talked about on this episode, and let us know your favorite Johto starter in Pokemon in the comment section. Follow Steve-O on the socials at Real Steve McAvoy. Follow Ben at Piro_Ben. Follow me at KBIZZL311 on the tweet machine and KBIZZLE11 on Instagram and Threads. Yeah. Keep on keeping on. Keep subscribing. We got some fun stuff coming. I was talking to some of our sponsors today, and with the weather starting to turn, you guys will be out on the course more, a lot more content, which we've never dropped this, but you can subscribe to the Get in the Hole podcast YouTube channel, which I'm sure a lot of vlogs and outdoor content will be going on there as the warm weather comes around. youtube.com/@GetInTheHolePod, I believe it is. It'll be linked in the description. So yeah.
A lot of believe 5 to 6 St. Anthony's and Chaminade alumni supposed to get drafted in the PLL this go around, including the boy Pat Kavanaugh.
Yeah, Patty Cav probably going to go 3rd overall in the draft to the Maryland Whipsnakes.
Pretty cool.
As one Chaminade grad retires, another comes in.
What is the consensus? Brendan O'Neill at this point?
Not as much as it's been, I'd say, over the past, the last month and a half or so. It's been very split down the middle between Brendan O'Neill, which is my pick. You don't pass on a guy who's playing with Team USA in World Championships as a junior in college, and everyone else is a PLL pro.
But also, fuck St. Anthony's.
Connor Schellenberger, though, is very, very talented, very, very good. They both just do 2 very different things, and it's a matter of what the Denver Outlaws kind of see their offense doing. But either one is going to be a sufficeable number 1 overall pick, and whichever one doesn't go number 1 overall, the New York Atlas are getting an absolute stud to pair with Jeff Teat. So it's scary to think about either way.
2 quick shout outs before we hit the road in the PLL world. Senior leader at Chaminade, my senior year of high school, 2016. One of my students, Liam Entenman.
No way.
Very cool.
He's going to be a top 5 pick.
I know. Very nice kid. Good for him. Also, Jake Nasso. Don't want to say Anthony's, but I know his mother. Very sweet lady.
Also going to be like a top 16 pick, probably.
Taught my little sister and brother. His mother. Or grandmother. One of the two. Yeah. So the pool is big for the Chaminade men. Obviously, I don't know Pat, but I know Matt. Matt was great. Still is. Awesome guy. But yeah, Liam Entenman. Shout out to Liam.
Yeah, he's going to be probably going to the New York Atlas.
Might buy his jersey because honestly, cool. Why not? But also, like, buying your student's jersey.
It's support.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to Get in the Hole, the official golf podcast of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Catch us every week wherever you get your favorite podcasts, and be sure to like and subscribe on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Get in the Hole Pod, and follow Underground Sports Philadelphia at Underground PHI. We'll see you next time, and remember, get in the hole!